The hell do you mean? There are no trains. The Leprechaun protested. The Kekistanis have bombed the tracks. The station clerk attested. Sorry for this inconvenience, the assistant said in a professional tone. What am I gonna do now? No ships, no trains, I might never get back home. Ardent stormed out of the building, boiling in his frustration. Not looking up, he collided with a boy as he exited the station. The teenager pushed back and knocked him on his ass in irritation. Ardent looked up from the ground with a scowl of indignation. The leprechaun was not the type to forgive the slightest slight. The strangers looked at one another, both preparing for a fight. But fortunately cooler heads were there to calmly interject. A dwarf rushed in to settle tensions and soothe the upset. Settle down, Lomax, he ordered, his voice gentle yet stern. Behind the pair stood a brand new robot that watched with concern. Lomax was tired and agitated. Ardent was just as stressed. Without Ginger's intervention, the scene could have become a mess. It's not my fault this little prick should have looked where he's going. Lomax had insulted a ruthless mob boss without even knowing. You half-caste dick, I'll bury you in the desert if you show disrespect. Please, sir, Ginger continued, there's no cause to get so upset. We've all just had a long day, trekking through the eastern road. The boy is a bit hot and bothered, sometimes he loses control. Apologize, young man, save your anger for twinks and trolls. Fine, I'm sorry, Lomax reluctantly murmured, doing as told. Ardent dusted down his hat and stood up, his temper getting calmer. He liked the dwarf's good manners, a resolution to the drama. So what is the matter, Leprechaun? Has it been one of those days? I just want to get back home, but there are no ships and no trains. Well, how about a drink at the inn of Costa Del Shadilay? Maybe a round of cards if you're stuck here anyway. Now you're talking, Ardent's eyes twinkled in the sun. Let's have a jar, chat, play a few hands, and have some fun. The breeze of the ocean cools and troubles drift away. It felt like a happy end, but was the beginning of harder days. This is how they met, just playing a simple game. But no trains are running from Costa Del Shadilay. The four sat at a table
and Ginger dealt the players in. They played for fun, not money, to the Leprechaun's chagrin. But the ale was sweet and welcome in Shadilay's baking heat. The atmosphere was cooling in the holiday retreat. What brings you here? I assume you've come from Rainbow's End. No, I live up north in Canada, just visiting family and some friends. And what news of the trains? Are they not running at all? I'm told they're attacking the transit lines in this ridiculous war. The short of it is those desert dwellers are getting out of control. It feels like the whole world's gone to shit, and it's us that pay the toll. Never was a truer word spoken, my new leprechaun friend. Kekistanis and Israel were once unified, now it feels like the end. Lomax lad, you're awfully quiet, what do you think? I don't care about politics, politicians, all of them stink. I just wanna train my bot and maybe piss on this twink. My new bot was made in black rock by mezzanine ink. I've never seen a droid in this part of the world, said Ardent. You rarely see technology so close to Albion's garden. Ginger replied, times are changing and it often feels strange. These newfangled contraptions are useful, but it isn't the same. Tell me, how will you get back up north with no trains or ships? I'll walk through the swamp and desert, he said, not suitably equipped. Oh, come on now, don't be daft, you'll never make it past the sands. You'll perish in the dunes before you ever reach the green of Vinland. I'll find a guide at the House of Scrubs and rent a camel in Kekistan. What else am I supposed to do? I don't have any other plan. If you're headed west, we're returning to Albion once we're refreshed. The more the merrier on the road, you would be a welcome guest. Me and the ladder on a fishing trip, fancy joining our little excursion. Ardent agreed, making the best of his journey's unexpected diversion. As the sun went down in Shadilay, they retired for the night. A trivial meeting that would change their lives come morning light. The breeze of the ocean cools and troubles drift away. It felt like a happy end, but was the beginning of harder days. This is how they met, just playing a simple game. But no trains are running from Costa Del Shadilay.